All right guys, welcome back to Mr. Post Frame. This video is an epic tour, final walkthrough of the cedar plan. For those who are interested, this is called the Solo Barndo build, and we have a full playlist of this build. Let's go ahead, take this tour, and make sure you stay till the end to see what our client surprised us with.
I mean, we need to start in the kitchen. This is obviously one of the most used and amazing spaces in the home. These are all pivot cabinets. So Cabinet Direct, who we work with, you can get these cabinets through them. I think they turned out so beautiful. I love how they styled some open shelving. That's a really fun option if you want to. Well, Vicki said it was just more room to decorate. So I think that's a really good selling point for things like that. And then everybody, we all love a window over the sink. And this is such a gorgeous view out there.
I sure think Vicki could have a second career.
I think so too. I feel like there's so much inspiration in this home, and I think this is such a good example of how you don't need a really large space in order to make something just spectacular and beautiful and well thought out. Like, this is a very, very elevated area, but so many of these items are thrifted, they're from flea markets, so like this is really a really great example of that. We have the nice living, dining, kitchen area all together here on the main floor, which a lot of you guys love, with a great fireplace. I love these windows on either side of the fireplace. We don't always see, I mean, we see a lot of windows and things, but not this size, and I think this is so cool. Well, and you guys, so this piece, you guys were very passionate that this piece was going to come into the house. So the kitchen was somewhat designed around it. I was like, I wonder what this piece is all about, if it's worth designing a whole room around. And I can say this was definitely worth it. I would want to design my whole kitchen around it too.
This came from Texas.
Well, cool.
Yeah, I brought it back from Texas.
That's pretty amazing. No, it's so beautiful. So let's check out the rest of the downstairs.
And this is 1,200 square feet on the main floor, right? And you get about probably another 600-700 upstairs. Yeah. All right. The mini splits really look well in the rooms too.
Yes.
They kind of just disappear.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much other stuff going on.
So we have this bathroom, which is like the main bathroom that you guys use. And it's great. There's plenty of room in it. You wouldn't feel cramped. And then here would be the primary bedroom, the main one. And this is so cool. So all of the spaces, they're using every square inch really, really well. There's a lot of great furniture in here for storage and things like that. But I don't think that any of these spaces feel cluttered. They've done such a nice job of showing you how you can have enough to meet your needs in a space without overpowering it.
Yeah, man, such cool decor.
I know, it's like one of my favorite places ever. Oh, and this chandelier is so cool. So Vicki, is this chandelier in your bedroom, is it old or new? Oh, well, that's pretty cool.
How, Scott, have you been happy with these? They've been pretty good?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we used them for heat for the first time, a couple weeks ago. And we were gone for 4 or 5 days and the house was 60 degrees and it just instantly, just enough to keep it on. And we did turn the in-floor heat on in the last week, so.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, this turned out a lot. Not seeing it all finished, it really kind of flows good.
Yeah. Well, it's a very practical layout for everything.
This door goes out right to the.
Right, so then so the expectation is you can come and go with like all of your dirty clothes and shoes and.
I had to use the shop door more.
Sure. Yeah. But if you really needed to, you can just.
I thought we'd use this door more when you come in with groceries and stuff instead of going through another set of doors to get to the kitchen.
Right. And then this guest room, this is the perfect size for somebody to just kind of come and go.
Love the curtains.
Mm-hmm. I mean, this is a great room if you are looking for a bedroom size that for like kids and stuff like that too. Like this would work out really well.
You want to go shop or no?
Let's finish the upstairs and then we'll do the.
Yeah,
do the
I
shop.
need that Amazon link to your chandelier because it's very cool.
And then gas fireplace, right?
Yep. Propane.
Right. It's not. Yeah. Have us breathing down your neck a little. That helps you get it done.
Where'd the railing come from?
We ordered from where we're getting most of our lumber from.
A place in Centerville, Vicky said.
Cool.
Lockridge.
So up here, this is so phenomenal up here. I wasn't sure like what to expect. You know, with 14-foot sidewalls, you have, you know, what did we put down on the main floor? 8. So you're like, am I really going to have enough room? But vaulting these trusses, like this is.
Yeah, so this roof is a 612 roof on the top, and then it's 312 on the bottom, and then we utilize this wall here is like a storage space. So you can see there's storage in here. That way you can get out here where it's head height.
Right.
Works out amazing.
Yeah, so this is so much fun this is when all the family comes, you have grandkids, everything like that. You can have them all just hang out up here in this loft, which.
I want that mural. That's wallpaper, right?
Yes, so this is wallpaper, which is such a cool way to add something very interesting to the space.
Yeah.
And then they created a whole other like bedroom here. So, but they're not conforming because there isn't a window in here. So if you did want to make more bedrooms up here, we've had a few people do that, and we do usually end up raising the sidewall height a little bit so that we can get a big enough window up here. But yeah, but you can see like I'm 5'7" and I can go all the way to this wall without a problem.
Yeah.
So it's very comfortable. This is a super great option for a guest room. Somebody that, you know, you don't need it to be a conforming bedroom.
Yeah, this is amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I just can't get over about how you don't feel like you're running into stuff, but there's so many cool things in here.
You know, the one thing I wish we would have done, and you almost tried to get me to do it, was put
A door.
Mm-hmm.
I did try to tell
I know
you.
you did. When we go to the shop, you'll see there's a storage area above our bathroom and mechanical room.
We almost could have put it just
I
a
know.
door right there
Just a little one, even if
inside,
you
just so
crawl
you could have
through.
gone in there.
There aren't many things that we would have changed, but that.
Or you can see if a grandkid slams into the wall and
But
makes,
then look at
makes
this
the door
view,
for
man.
you. Yeah, this is phenomenal. Well, what I always tell people is like this is one of the selling points of going 2 stories, getting up, is that you don't know what you're missing out on until you look out and see it.
Right. All right, well, let's go to the shop, Scott. Let's go see the real space that all our viewers want to see. I'm just kidding. Everybody's going to be floored with this. Makes me want to build again.
So I'm not even really close to being done with my shop stuff because there's been so much inside project.
Right.
But you'll get an idea what it's going to look like.
But in the lineup of shops and doneness, yours is one of the most finished already.
So, but like, we still have some, like at your house, right? You have a couple beautiful whitetail mounts in
Yeah.
there. So we've got some stuff to do here yet. There's a
Sure.
couple open spots
Yeah.
that Vicky's allowed me
Now,
to.
how do you have a number? Like, is there a number you're allowed to have
I'm
in?
not going to go crazy.
Okay. Yeah, because we had
But
to
I think
agree.
see, Vicky likes a European mount better than the.
Oh,
the
yeah.
fur. So I've got a moose and an elk and maybe a couple.
Those will look
whitetails.
really sweet, and they'll go with all
Yes.
of this very well. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good mix of
And
things.
then the rest will be on the big shop wall outside. Is the
Sure.
plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
let's
gotta-
check it out. So let's check out the bathroom first. Got another bathroom here.
We're still not trimmed out. We're still.
So you are a sign collector, correct?
Yeah, I like old beat up bullet holes. And
Yeah.
so this is the other bathroom. It's actually a little bigger than the other one. It's
Mm-hmm.
actually a bigger shower too. They kind of really are his and hers bathrooms.
Right.
I use this one most of the time because
Yeah, there's lots of space in here.
before I go hunting.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice. And this is such a cool idea where you took the you have the barnwood and the signs and.
This is such a cool, I would be out here sitting all the time. I see you got your computer sitting out here.
Sure, but it's amazing.
Some of these things, if they were in good condition, would be worth thousands.
Sure. But I think that some of
But
the
as
appeal.
time goes on, they'll be worth more and more because there'll be less and less.
Yeah.
But I think some of the appeal is having just like the distressing and the.
No, I like the
Yes.
beat up. I mean,
Yes.
they all tell a story. Like how many bullets hit this side, right?
Sure.
There's
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, and then we did closed cell spray foam on the ceiling. Scott had it painted all black. The trusses are painted black. Got a fan in here. So this is just, that's the underside of the roof there. There's the 1/2 inch OSB. Then there's the 3 inch of closed cell spray foam. And then everything's painted black, which looks awesome. These lights are super bright.
Does your
But-
PBR sign light up?
So yeah, can you stand right here and get this and that in the same shot?
Yeah, you gonna switch them on?
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that old PBR sign's from my hometown in Wisconsin. That was the little local establishment in town.
So cool.
And Scott has enough signs that this whole entire wall will be covered.
You've seen pictures of it too, the other place.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, you still have a lot of room in here. You could get both your vehicles in here if you needed to for a storm or
I
something.
think what I'll do is probably pull my tractor in over the winter.
Just back there, and then you can still pull a vehicle in here really easy.
I'll
Got a
probably
drainage
side
one.
by side in here in the tractor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. And let's check out the utility room because everybody wants to see the utility room. There's the space upstairs we were talking about. So that's the back wall of that bedroom that we were thinking about putting a door in. So you could easily do that if you wanted.
Nice little utility area.
Yeah. Got the in-floor heat controls back here. In-floor heat. So you have 2 zones, one for the house, one for the garage.
It's amazing how much more room you have when you don't have to have a furnace.
Right.
Plumber didn't do too bad of a job. Wonder if the plumber will watch this. All right, so here's the porch. And it from the edge of the house to the edge of the posts, it is 10 feet. And then we usually do 1 foot overhangs on the porch and then match the concrete with the overhangs. But these are all Douglas fir post and beam.
Which these are really pretty. So are you planning on
We're just stain 'em.
darkening them or?
A little bit.
Sure.
And painting the brackets black, which we got to talk to Midwest Permacom about having those pre-painted black, powder coated them black. Got 2 ceiling fans over there, 1 here. We leave ours on a lot.
Sure. Yeah. No, this is beautiful. You guys did an awesome
Nikki
job.
didn't want the lights, the recessed lights at first out here, and she's like, "I'm glad we did. They turned out
Yes.
really good."
Yes.
And we didn't overdo it. I mean, they suggested more, I think, initially, but we
Sure.
trimmed it back a little.
Yeah, and then your the outdoor lights you have hanging on the sides, like those are really nice with the LED.
bit. Amazon, I think.
Yeah. No, you can get great options. Oops.
Yeah,
Great
and
stuff
these
there.
are, the posts are all 6x6 Douglas fir, and then the beam is a 6x8.
No, it's really beautiful. And that extra 2 feet gives you so many more furniture options.
Right. We have like 3 different like city.
Yes, yeah, but even like our porch is really difficult for a dining area because it just, you need that extra.
The other thing that's so nice about the corner, wind.
Yes,
Oh, so you can
Sometimes-
choose which side you sit
Yes.
on.
Sun and wind. Sometimes the sun, sometimes at night in the summer, the sun's almost too bright, so we'll come over here.
Right.
And sometimes the wind is too cold.
Right.
And we come over here and it's like, it
Yeah.
seems like it's 20 degrees different.
no, I love it. And I really like the metal on the ceiling.
Yeah, it looks really good.
That turned out really nice.
Nice wood grain door. We got the eyebrow up above. So you GC'd this.
Yeah.
How would you say your experience on it? You're kind of out here
That was the hardest
in the
part.
middle of nowhere, which a lot of our followers are. So what would you say the biggest challenge for you, just finding?
You know, we were lucky. I mean, that's why I was worried about the framing, and that's why I asked you if you'd do the framing, so you did the framing, and then you also helped us get drywallers. So beyond that, though, we had an electrician that was from Moravia that was amazing. It's so helpful.
He was quick.
Yeah, I need something. Is there any chance you'd be here Tuesday? Yeah, we'll be there Tuesday. Every time. It was like amazing. They were awesome. My best friend's a plumber, so he came down 3 times from Wisconsin, and we did the in-floor, the rough, and then the finished plumbing, so that was all great.
I did all the in-floor heat stuff, like tubing and under slab prep.
So what else did we really have? Paint.
I got our concrete guys in.
Who?
I got our concrete guys in.
Yep.
Well, right, it was 3.5 months that you guys had drywall going in from the start of the structure, which is very fast. So it was less than 6 months for this total project to be moved in, which that's not very long.
One of the other contractors with finish carpentry was a little bit. We had a hard time finding somebody, but we were really happy with the guy who did
the
it
result.
for us.
Yeah,
Sure.
He was a little slower because he worked by himself, but I mean, I always feel like you can tell when you open and close doors in a house, like how much they care. And it's like, I told him that. I'm like, he did a really good job.
Yeah.
He did all the railings and stuff
The
for
stairs
us.
look good.
He put all the cabinets
that,
in,
Right, and that sometimes that's worth the most when you
Right.
get somebody that is going to take their time with
And
the
I
project.
trusted him being here, like,
Right.
because there were times we weren't here, and
Right.
he had access, and he was great. First of all, it's finding the right people, right, to do it that you trust, and then secondly, knowing how to push them. You're doing a job for me, you're gonna get. I always say I'm politely persistent,
Yes.
and like I'm not gonna let them slip. I mean, stuff comes up, I understand that, but it's like just like people that work for me, they have to be accountable. And
Right.
if they say they're going to be, I'd rather them tell me they're not going to be here than say
Right.
they're going to be here and not show up. That's
Right,
That's what's
right, and that's what I tell our group, like, you need to create those expectations, ask the questions of like, so if I schedule you to come, does that mean, will you stay on my job, or are you planning on dividing it between a couple different jobs? And just knowing what to expect when you're bringing a contractor in helps give you a lot more peace and can keep things moving along.
So I felt like Paul was a little bit reluctant to do the whole project, but he said he'd do it, so I was happy. And I've told you many times through the process, we were so happy you were doing it because we trusted you from the day one. I knew you, and I knew how you were.
Even though we screwed up and forgot to put the porch materials and labor in the initial bid.
That's all right. We got over that. So, but one of the things I said when we got into it, I'll tell you what, here's the deal. When we're done, we're going to have you guys out, check out the place when it's pretty much complete. And I said, Vicky's from Maine, my wife's from Maine. I said, we'll have live lobsters. So, check here.
Oh my gosh, they're moving.
Oh, yeah, they're live.
I've never had live lobster.
So they'll be bright red when we're done cooking them. These arrived today from Maine. Yeah, so
Are they pretty strong, the snippers?
yeah, if you want to get bit by one, there's one. See how dark they are now too, right?
Yeah.
When they come out of the water, they're going to be bright red. These are 1.5 pounds. Those are like hard shell.
Good eaters.
Oh yeah, pretty good size. 1.5 pounds, hard shell. So they haven't. Sometimes when you get a soft shell, they've molted recently and are growing their new shells. And there's much more water weight to them. So hard shell.
This is what you want.
Head first.
One at a time, she said. Wonder why it matters that they go head first.
I'm not sure. But when your wife's from Maine, you listen to her.
All right, guys, that's gonna be a wrap on today's tour. I love doing these. It's so awesome seeing somebody's dream come to life. It's awesome when I get to be a part of it. It's inspiring, it's motivating. Hopefully that's how you guys felt. Hopefully this gives you good ideas. Emily and I have the knowledge and experience to help you guys build your dreams. So make sure you check out MrPostFrame.com for all our resources. I know everyone's gonna be interested in cost, so my plan is to do a time-lapse cost breakdown of this build. So make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on that. And remember guys, don't stop dreaming, and make sure you have a plan to achieve your dream. So you asked Vicky what is her favorite part of the house.
Yes, and she said the porch, which I agree.
So Vicky's favorite part is the porch.
Yes.
And you guys have been sitting out there quite a bit.
It was pretty hot. And then we had the gnats.
Yeah.
There's always something.
And then a lot of Asian beetles
Now there's Asian beetles.
and flies.
Right. So maybe come.
I don't like the porch at all. No, the porch is awesome. We love the porch. It's really good.